Hi, everyone. This is Thursday, October 18th, and this is a call with Erica and Olivia's team. So if you're watching this into the future, why don't you grab an oil if you have an oil nearby? I grabbed Manuka, but I wanted a different oil than that. Maybe that's what life wants me to have. So I'll do Manuka.
I can get one.
Oh, this is what I wanted. Beautiful, which is a gift from my upline because you can't get it in Canada with lime, bergamot, and osmanthus. So, got it. Today we're doing some deep heart work and neurology work that Elena has taught me, and it's made a huge difference in my business, and I want to pass this on to you. So usually I've been doing just like the hard skills and structure and stuff, but we're going to get a little bit into like our own stories and our own neurology and our own past, because that has a big impact on what we do going into the future. So I'm going to share some terms with you, then we're going to do a little exercise, okay? And the terms I'm going to share, and you can write these down if you want. Actually, you know what? I'm going to draw this for you as we do this. I have my whiteboard behind me. So I'll see that there. Okay. So the first thing is the trigger event. Can you see here? Yeah. Okay. So trigger event. You can actually draw this as well. We're going to draw a little circle. Okay. I know it's a bit small. Then to the right of the trigger event is blueprint. We're going to explain what all of this is. So this is your blueprint. Next under that are thoughts. And this is really cool. You can use this in yoga, in your doTERRA business and everything. Then there are emotions underneath. This is so Erica. I'm so sad that she's not here right now, but we'll catch her up when she gets on. And so that's on one side, okay? Then on the other side, you have here action. We're going around. This is at like 7 o'clock. And then above that is your E card, your energy card, which I'll explain. And then up here are your results. So this is all from Deb Erickson, who is Elena's coach, and by proxy also my coach. Up here you can see my goal team written, so we're going to go into some placements after. But let's go into all of these things. So what is each thing? So your trigger event is something that happens to you that triggers, you can call it your you get triggered, you get, what do they call it? Like your reptilian brain takes over, your primal brain. It's something that will trigger a story in you that will get you out of your calm, wise, heart-centered, relaxed self and into a bit of panic. Okay, so I'm going to do this for myself in a doTERRA context. So a trigger event can be a friend says, oh, what's this stupid MLM thing that you're doing? Or what's this Ponzi scheme? Or, oh, I used this oil and it burned me. These oils don't work. Or, oh, you're so woo-woo. Or let's say someone that you share oils with doesn't get back to you. Or you do a class and nobody comes. Like all of these can be trigger events. I don't know if Olivia, like, I know you've done this for a while, if there's something that you can relate to, someone that someone says, or if you have one, you can share it, or just keep it to yourself.
Keep it to myself.
So the trigger event will then trigger your blueprint. What is a blueprint? Now, this is a story that you may or may not be aware of that is sort of with you in your life. I'm pretty aware of mine. My story that I carry with me is like people always leave, people are going to abandon me, I'm left alone. I can't trust people, or like people suck. So this story I know it well because all the like the therapy work, all of the yoga, all the meditation, all of the stuff that I've done, probably comes from, my dad died when I was 17. He asked his best friend to help take care of me. It was a very beautiful exchange. My dad's friend's son had died. So it was like, I'll look after your son in heaven. You look after my kids, like just help out. And then that man proceeded to like take advantage of me and try to sexually assault me as he was supposed to be my like father figure. Okay.
Oh my God.
Coming in, Erica's coming in like, what the hell are we talking about? I'm going to give you context and you're going to love this, Erica. It's all about neural pathways and triggers. Okay. So we're talking about the blueprint. So as I said, my blueprint is I'm going to be left. I can't trust people. People suck. I'm abandoned. I'm alone. That is usually the story that I'll go into if a trigger happens. This is the trigger event. We're drawing this sort of circle, which I've explained in a doTERRA context might be people don't come to a class. People tell me I'm in a Ponzi scheme. This doesn't really happen anymore, but at the beginning it did. People say, oh, this oil burned me. These oils don't work or whatever. Trigger, panic. My blueprint is, oh my God, I'm left alone. Like it's not going to work. I'm carrying my story in my nervous system, although I'm self-aware. So that is my blueprint. That's the story I go into. The thoughts that can follow that is, this isn't going to work. I'm left alone. I can't do this. I'm gone. I'm a victim of life. Okay. The emotions that will follow that will be sad, angry, very like, that's when I can get into like blaming, telling my fiance, who's a horrible person, thinking about my ex. I can get now when I didn't manage it, it was like, why aren't my builders doing this? Now I've like really worked on that a lot. Thanks to Elena, who was like, girl, check yourself. You're only in service. That's all you're doing. You're in service. Go into like, anger. Those are the emotions. So the action that I might take out of that, like I said, could be maybe, cancel, or I'm just going to stop, or I'm going to zone out, or I'm going to like be like with my builders, what are you doing? What's going on? The E card, Deb Erickson talks about this as your energy card. So the energy that I'm now putting out into the world isn't like attractive and receptive and like engaging or inspiring. It's like very heavy and negative and dark. And then the results is that nothing really good happens in my business. I don't meet people. I definitely don't enroll. I don't engage. Does this sort of make sense? This sort of trigger thing? Mm-hmm. Trigger cycle. So much of what Elena has worked on in herself, because she did this course with Deb Erickson and I did it as well, is working on this trigger cycle. Okay, this is called I Can Start by Deb Erickson. It's 10 weeks. It's awesome. It's like $200 online.
Cool.
So how can you sort of interrupt that, right? Like Erica talks about pattern interrupt. That's very like Dr. Joe Dispenza. Like, okay, I see this trigger event has happened. I teach a class, nobody comes. I see that my blueprint now is, oh, I'm alone, I'm this. That is now my opportunity right away to say, wait a second, I meditate, I shift. I see that blueprint. That is an old story. That is not who I am now. Give love and compassion to that 17-year-old that felt very alone and very scared and very sad. Like, love her, give her a big hug and say, now, Jen at 35, I am not alone. I'm very empowered. I have so many amazing relationships and so many things in my life. So my new blueprint of today in this moment is like, my life's amazing. And I know that everything takes practice and time. And I'm in contact with the universe and everything's here to teach me something. So thank you, class, where no one came. Now I get to work on my blueprint. So now the thoughts are, okay, so like I basically just said them, now I have this opportunity to shift. The emotions are, often what I go into now is gratitude for all the work, all the teachers that helped me with this. Then the action is probably right into, gosh, like I had this moment, thanks to my teachers and all the people that have served me, Maddie, Nicole, Elena, Deb, maybe I can be of service to somebody. So maybe that's when I'll often like just reach out and send little love hearts or little just things. No, I'm going to book another class, or I'm going to use my oils, or maybe like life is just telling me that tonight I have to take really good care of myself and I wasn't supposed to teach a class. So I'm going to take a bath, or I'm going to just like do something that will make my card, my energy card, the energy that I'm putting out to the world so positive and so bright and so, just feels so good. So then the results are much better. And it might be immediate. Often it is when I'm in that sort of that connected space. Like the Dr. Joe Dispenza meditation is like consciousness. If you're out there and you heard me, give me a sign. Often there'll be these funny little synchronicities that happen. Someone texts me, someone wants an oil out of the blue. Or it might be like months later that, I make a nice post, someone gets inspired. So this for me has been an invaluable tool for this work. And I'm so grateful to Deb Erickson, because she really shows that when you're doing doTERRA, she's a network marketing coach. Okay. And she just interviewed Elena on her podcast, and it's 35 minutes. I posted it in the group. It's really good. But her whole thing, and she's really cool. She was like abused when she was 6. She's like maybe late 50s now. Imagine like your gym teacher. Like that's who Deb Erickson was. She was like an athlete, and she's a coach now. And she talks about our comfort zone that we live in here, and all the things that we want, like our desires and our dreams, like they're all outside of our comfort zone, right? Because if they were within our comfort zone, we'd have them already. So the fact that we don't have them means they're outside of our comfort zone. And our brain, our reticular activating system, Erica knows well and explains so well, the moment we step in one direction out of our comfort zone, the reticular activating system is going to be like, no, stop. And that's when, the trigger cycle can happen. That's when your brain, your tricky brain might say, well, I'm not really going to I'm not going to really reach out to this person today, because, our brains and our mindset is so important. That's why all the top leaders say the main thing they do to get to presidential diamond and so forth is they're working on their mindset daily. They're listening to these podcasts. Oh, hey, Aline. Oh, or bye. Maybe she clicked that by mistake. She can join if she wants. That's really funny. Okay. Is everything clear so far? Are there any questions so far?
Nope.
Cool. So we're gonna do another little writing exercise that I did with Deb Erickson probably last summer. Chris and I did it together actually, because her work could be applied to any business, any life circumstance. And it's a money mindset it's a money set point that we have, and we all have one. And for us to have success in doTERRA, we need to expand that set point, because doTERRA is like this waterfall of abundance, and or like a wave. Maybe that's a better analogy. So it's like a wave. So if you're like comfortable with the wave, you can ride it and it's really cool. But if you're not, and it's like way too big, you're just going to sort of crash and tumble in it. And it takes practice. Like I have gone through so much emotional work to be able to receive the support, this global community, the money. Like this was another $5,000 month. Like it's still blows my mind a little bit, but it's like, damn, that's amazing. But now it feels like nothing. Whereas like 2 years ago, I've been like, man, I'm making $5,000 a month from doTERRA. I'll be totally honest, because of this work, I'm like, that's nothing. I should be making 15,000 or 16,000. But that felt crazy 2 years ago. Okay. So this is the practice. I want you to get your pen and your paper nearby. And you're going to let your eyes, or you can just hold your pen, let your eyes close, and start to just let yourself breathe deeply, sit into your seat. You can say to yourself, be here now. And if you even want to tap a little acupressure point or smell an oil, to anchor you into the moment. Sorry, you might have to open your eyes to do that. You can just smell the oil. Be here now. Get into this moment. And let's inhale through our nose, either with the oil or not. And exhale through your mouth. Softening the space behind your eyes. Deep inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And last one, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth, staying here. Now, the first thing I want you to go back, you're going to go back into your memories, back into your subconscious, to connect with our subconscious. And think back to your very first memory of money. Your first time you even learned that it was sort of a thing, right? Because we don't know what it is when we're born. Maybe often it might be a parent talking about it in some way. To bring it to mind, and when you have a clear image of what it is, I just want you to write it down. It can just be a couple words so that you'll remember what this moment is. Okay. And now you can close your eyes again. Well, now in the present moment here, I'm going to start naming different amounts of money that you can be receiving through doTERRA, through any way in your life. And I want you to be very connected to your heart, to your nervous system, and start to feel when it starts to feel like, woo, that's like, I can't really picture that. That feels a bit uncomfortable, okay? Or it feels a bit strange. So starting with, can you picture yourself receiving $10 a month for your business? How does that feel? Does it feel very comfortable, very easeful? Can you picture yourself receiving $20 a month? What about $100 a month for the work that you're doing? What about $200 a month? $500 a month? So what you're watching for is the moment when it starts to feel a bit strange. What about receiving $700 a month for the work that you're doing? What about $1,200? What about receiving $2,000 a month? $3,000 a month? What about receiving $5,000 a month? What about $10,000 a month? How does that feel? What about $15,000 a month? What about $20,000 a month? What about $30,000 a month? What about $40,000 a month? $50,000 a month?
Now I'm getting squeamish.
And then just to see, what about $80,000 a month? Is everyone squeamish of it? Yeah.
It would be crazy, yeah.
Okay, good. So for me, I started to sort of feel it around like 30, 40. Like it wasn't very strong or visceral, but it was just like that's okay. So let's say like 35 was my sort of $35,000 a month that I was a bit like, ooh, I could just feel like I couldn't. So where my mind goes is like, what do I do with it? It's like, I don't know. That's so much. Like I sort of, that energy feels just a bit shaky. Whereas up to that, I'm like, I could see I'm doing this. I have this house, I'm donating that. But then I sort of just like lose ideas. So write down your number. You can share your number if you want, or just write it down. And then I want you to take that number and triple it. Okay, this is what I did a year and a half ago. And I'll tell you what I discovered that's really cool. So 35,000 times 3 is actually 105,000.
What's 60 times 3?
60?
180. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 180,000.
Oh, Olivia, I love you.
I love it. Okay. So now there's a phrase that I want you to write down. I've put it as a reminder in my phone every morning. You can write it on a Post-it note around your house, whatever it is. This is the phrase. Okay, write it down. I, comma, write your name. Jennifer Kupas, Erica Arsenault, Olivia B. Let's use Olivia B. Okay. I, name, deserve, and am willing to receive the number that is that tripled number. So 105,000 in my case, 180 in Olivia's case. Each and every month.
I can't imagine.
That's normal. Okay, so.
You guys are going to laugh at my number.
Low for sure.
Is it low?
So low.
Yeah, like 10.
I started getting like uncomfortable around $700 a month.
Amazing.
No, because you're like, for all the work that you're doing, I'm like, I'm not really doing much work with doTERRA. So right around 700, I was like, I feel so guilty receiving more when I'm not putting in any effort.
Perfect. And oh my gosh, this is
So funny, eh? Like I was just like, ooh, no, that's like, I don't deserve that.
Because you,
okay.
anyways, Erica, it's so wild. You're such a strong leader. Like you have no idea. I don't think you understand. Anyways, you hold yourself to a very high standard in your life, is what I'm learning about you, baby.
Okay.
So when I did this one last summer, it was 15,000. I started to just like not feel comfortable. So, anyways, the times 3 came out to 52,000. So whatever that is divided by 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess around 17,000, I was like, ooh. So what's really cool is that now 52,000, or 17,000 felt very normal, and I've expanded, like truly, honestly, I feel very authentically ready to earn up to $35,000 a month. But then beyond that felt weird. So did you see how, me focusing on $52,000 a month, it felt bananas. Like it just felt like not even possible, but now it's actually like closer.
Hmm.
So now to continue expanding my set point. Oh, you know what's so funny? I wrote 180 because I was thinking of yours, Olivia. So maybe that's what to focus on. I was like, wow, she's got a big set point. I want a bigger set point.
Olivia, you presidential diamond, you?
Yeah.
180,000. Oh my God. I can't imagine.
Each and every month. So this is what you have to start imagining, and how you can go further on this exercise, which we won't do today, but maybe on another call. Start to be, well, what does that look like? Like out of that 180,000, how much is going to like myself and my family and the things that I love, and massages and self-care and trainings? Like guys, when I imagine my like 180 or 50,000. Like I'm just doing the most epic trainings in Bali with the best teachers.
Oh,
like
it'd be so great.
so sick, you know, like man, I'm receiving so much wisdom. I'm doing activist things with Sean Corn. I'm becoming this like epic spiritual warrior, you know? And then how much is going into like whatever home Chris and I want to buy or get, what vacations are we doing? And then like other projects, what maybe there's like some business that I wanted to start that I didn't have the funds to, like who knows? And then what am I donating? And like, what is the cause that feels just like speaks to my heart? And like, you know, right now it comes back to like oceans and cleaning up the oceans and animals and things like that. So maybe I'm giving them like 20 grand a month and that feels like so good. Or maybe I've started my own, or I'm like, you know, so you could really start to ground it. Like the universe loves clarity. So if you're like, I don't even know what to do with $5,000, like it's not going to send you that money. But if you know, and you're very clear, and you've also, if you feel amazing about it, like for me personally, like if I just pictured myself buying like $4,000 bags, I wouldn't feel like so excited about growing my business. But if I think of like, I'm impacting other people's lives and women's lives, and that excitement and that energy will then stir me into action, because that vision is bigger than whatever fear can come up, right? So the life that you're imagining and the vision that you're imagining for yourself and how you're going to change the world has to be so big, so that if the fear is like, oh God, I don't want to like call this person, like what if they reject me? That fear, like, yeah, but if I just experience a bit of rejection, that's just such a small, insignificant thing compared to what I'm out to create in the world. So as long as that's really big and bigger than your fear, then we just take action with no problem. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And that's a lot of what these doTERRA people do. You know, they pick where they want to go with it. But like, and also there's Alice Nichols has said in a podcast, don't feel right away like you have to be Mother Teresa saving the world. Like most of my goals right now are selfish. You know, they're for my own development and for my own family unit, because I just know that that's like where I'm at. You know, I'm not at the place where I'm making like 40 grand a month that is so grounded and clear. It's right now, it's more like a dream and an idea, but I know I'm going to meet my own, I'm going to get out of debt. Like I have my own needs to meet first, and then that will come later. So that's totally okay, because I feel like sometimes leaders can talk so much about philanthropy, but it's just like not relatable, because you're just like not there. You're like, I don't, and then you sort of feel bad about having a selfish why, we call it, like your why. Like your why is allowed to be selfish. We have to take care of ourselves first. I mean, we all know this. We're all like in the self-care industry. Yeah. So that was all for like content and like inner sort of coaching work that I wanted to do with you guys today. And then our remaining time, I wanted to just look at some like very tangible things, your questions, like things in your business with specific people. And so maybe shift into the sort of like a tactical, strategic part of our brains. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So one?
Yeah, or we could finish before 1 too.
Okay, perfect.
What's good? Maybe we'll take it to.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just want to make sure it doesn't go over 1.
Oh yeah, no, it won't go over 1 for sure. Let's like say like 10 to like max. Okay, so I have your organization here. This is my goal team. So one thing that I do that I realize maybe you guys don't know or don't do, like knowing your numbers and knowing exactly how far you need to go, or how far away you are from your next rank.
I'm $24.
You're 20.
So I need to buy an oil right now.
Just buy one, yeah.
Yes. So your next rank, yes, as elite.
Yeah.
And your next rank after that is premier.
Premier.
Yay.
I know what you're at. Because you're at like 290, 70 or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty well. Okay. And Olivia, I haven't looked at yours super recently, but I want to say like 1,200. Is that fair?
I think so. Last I checked, yeah.
12, yeah, something like that.
Sorry, Jen, real quick, what's the difference? Like, there's no difference in me placing an LRP in a standard order if I just buy one oil, right? I always get confused in that.
Yeah. Oh, but guys, yes. So
Like, I still receive the points and all of that stuff.
no. Standard. This is what you need to do. You need, if you, let's say you've done your LRP, you want another oil.
Yeah.
Just like rejig your LRP, click ship now, and then put it back to like 100 for the next month. Because you won't get points on a standard order.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Thank you.
So then delete everything.
Or can I just set like an LRP? Can I create a new LRP and then just cancel it?
Totally. You could.
Okay.
Totally
So I didn't realize. Okay. So that's okay. Great. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's not an interruption. That's a very important question, and make sure your customers know that too, guys. The most complicated thing that we do in DoTerra is explain LRP. Like, like that is the hardest.
I'm like still getting it wrong sometimes.
That's it. Like if you, exactly. Like me too. There's still things that I like sometimes don't know. So just like be kind to yourself, because it's like the most, as they say, it's an awesome rewards program, but it is a bit complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, so Erica's at 1,200. I think Nick is at like 400 or so. So just to put this in context, like I know, so I'm a solid silver. I hit silver on the 15th. That was really cool for me because that's like I'm starting to hit silver earlier in the month, whereas I used to only hit silver at like the end of the month. So now I know my sights are set on gold. I know that I'm about 5,800 volume away from gold. Okay. If I was in the mood, maybe I would like push and try to go for it this month, but this just doesn't feel right. Plus I leave on vacation on Tuesday. Okay. So Erica, your next rank is Premier.
Yep.
And a Premier means that your personal volume, or your overall volume, I should say, is 5,000.
Wow.
And Olivia will be at 2,000, and a Nick will be at 2,000 or higher. So really, you're only 2,000 approximately away from, is that right? 2,000 away from Premier. Like you're quite close to your next rank.
Right.
Get Josh's credit card.
Yeah.
What?
Get Josh's credit card.
Well, so just to know that, like, so I'll tell you my timeline. Because of BOGO, I don't know if Olivia and I did a BOGO chat. I don't know if we did, Erica, but BOGOs are a time that you really quickly, as people come in wanting BOGOs from you in November, there's going to be a BOGO in November. Rather than put it on your own account, you're going to be in contact with either Olivia or a Nick or people below them, and all of your BOGO orders are going to go through their accounts. Why? Because for you to get to Premier, now it's not just about your volume.
Right.
It's about having your volume structured strategically. And
so how would I do that?
So you'll have so like you can just say, hey, Olivia, once BOGO goes,
yeah, you
can do it in a few different ways. Sometimes, I mean, you guys are friends. I would just say, have her password if you're comfortable with that, Olivia, and just say, as orders come in, I'll just
but I use my credit card.
With your own credit card.
Right.
Or you can say,
so basically she would order the BOGOs through my account.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Or, so this is the thing though. So there's like, it's a bit of a tricky thing because you can only do 5 per account. So what might be even smarter, because Olivia, likely because you're a leader and you're sharing oils, you'll probably already get to 5 easily just with you and your own network.
Okay.
So Erica, what you want is someone, I don't know why I put C, it's meant to be Becca. Maybe it's Becca. Oh, I know why, because under her I was thinking. Maybe it's Chiara. So you're in contact with maybe someone that maybe isn't such a big leader, that they might not necessarily get to 5 orders on their own each day, but you have a good relationship with them. So you want to start thinking now this month who that is. And you too, Olivia, it's going to be where I don't know who your other qualifier is, but who knows?
The guy, Alex.
Right. So you need to either like, this is the thing with these builders that we don't know. Either like have a conversation, get as clear as you can, and then from that conversation, you're like, okay, we're doing this together. or I'm manifesting and bringing in another builder, or I'm getting a placeholder who I'm going to build under.
Olivia, I saw Roseanne, and I'm going to try to arrange like Roseanne to host a oil workshop.
At 462?
Yeah, because
Fun.
or like because what happened was I told her to come to yours, and she of course was said to me, well, why aren't you doing it at 462? And I was like, well, it's not my workshop, it's Olivia's workshop. I said, but I'm just there to like help her and Jen. So I had asked her, I'm like, would you want to, because Jen had said to me, like, why don't you do a workshop at your studio? I said, well, it runs into being tricky with Alex, right? Because I would then have to pay rent for the space if he's not making any money from it. So I had thought to have Roseanne. So I'd like to, because Roseanne's been really on point with the higher LRPs. Have you noticed that, Liv?
Yeah, I saw. So what did she say about the 462? Does she want to?
Well, she said, yeah, let's chat. I think she's a little bit, because she's been purchasing oils like over 125 and has 3 people under her. I think she's wanting to like now build a little bit more than she did.
Okay, good.
So we should almost have like a chit chat with her.
I wish she would come.
I know. I don't know.
I think it's just because of Alex. But he doesn't care.
Kids, maybe with their move and everything that's going on, you know?
Maybe, yeah.
But like I said, she's like, well, because I had written that text to everybody, remember, on my front line? And so she had written me back being like, well, why aren't you doing it at 462? And I was like, So anyway, Jen and I spoke, and I said, okay, let me try to get her to do a workshop. Anyway, that would be a great way to also like build you, you know?
Roseanne's on your front line, Olivia?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on your front line.
And she's got people under her too.
Yeah, she's got 3 people, maybe even 4.
And they're good. Some of them are getting 125.
Okay, so that sounds like a way better focus than
Kiara.
Alex. And you just need to like figure out the sort of like the dynamic there with the studio situation.
Yeah. Well, no, if it's building Roseanne, I'm sure Alex wouldn't care. You know?
But I would even go if it's at 462, you know?
But what is the rent? Like, what does he want you to pay to do
it? Would be, I think for me, it would be 50 for an hour.
50. Yeah. So why not just make it not a free event and just ask people for $10?
Sure.
Like, I'll do that. Like, you know, I just did a class. It was a very, like, the class we did at Olivia's is very much a like oil doTERRA class.
Right.
People walked away with a roller and they tons of information. So for $10, like, it's still a great value. And then you can at least pay the rent. And I even tell them, I'm like, guys, this is just to cover the rent. And then they're like very happy to pay.
And it's not that much money. People are spending so much on everything else. $10 is nothing.
It's amazing, you know? Even 15 you could do, like, yeah. So, okay, so that's awesome. So, Olivia, you'll want, like, for BOGO to have Becca and Roseanne sort of ready. So,
and what about Alex Belisle?
I know, he's so good. He's been hitting, and that's the father I told you about, Jen. He's been hitting 125 for like a year.
Yeah, but he has no.
But every time I write him for events, he doesn't come.
Okay.
But maybe he just needs to like to have you have coffee with him. Like, you never know. Like, you need to get into his world and meet him where he's at. Like,
I think he's not doing it to make money. I think he's just buying that money for the house.
Because you just want to find out.
But what's cool is that even if he's just doing it for the house, which was my original thing, the moment you start to have income coming in, you're like, oh, right? Like, so that's why if you did say to him, like, if I place somebody under you, like maybe he would see that income coming in and it would motivate him to start branching out, you know?
I think the next people I'll put under is under Alex.
Right.
But you do, guys, I really will say, especially for people on your front line, you really need to have a clear conversation, because so many times I've just like believed in people and be like, yeah, this will help them. And now they're just on my front line with a huge team under them, and it's just not for them. And
interesting.
We have to respect that.
Okay.
Some people, even if they're making income, even if this, like, it's just not for them. And only 10% of customers want to be builders. So it's really through communication, because Olivia, again, if you think of yourself as a presidential diamond, your front line, they're diamonds. Like, and to become a diamond is like a lot of commitment and personal growth, and like you go through a lot to get to diamond. You come on calls, you do things. So if you don't think like he's gonna do that, or if you talk to him and really get that sense, drop it. Like, don't save yourself the heartache, honestly.
Okay.
I get it. I want to help everybody too, but just be grateful for he's a great customer.
Right.
And it might be in 2 years. Like, but before you start placing, just talk to him.
Okay.
So Becca, Rosianne, so talk to them. And so for you, Erica, so for you, if you're gonna go for premiere in November, which is like, again, you're 2,000 away. And granted, a lot of people did like a 200 PV order this month, so maybe it's a bit of a bigger month than it would have been.
Right.
But granted, you're really close. So
is there a BOGO in November? There is one.
So generally the BOGOs are November, February, and July.
Okay.
And we don't know when it's going to be. We don't know what week it's going to be, but generally that's when it happens. I think they're sort of they're going with like the Christmas shopping cycle.
Yeah.
So you just know and get ready and have a Nick ready to know that there's 2 things you want to know. You want to know strategically what accounts you're putting the orders under to help you with events. And 2, just have a marketing plan. So whether it's like an email every morning, will be go out, will it be an Instagram post, will it be a text message? Like, know clearly how you're going to reach your audience, because people love BOGO. And I just different leaders do different things. I just offer them the wholesale price. I'm like, guys, this is a one-off special. I never usually do this, but you can just get my price. But if, it's also a great time. Sometimes I'll do but if you create an account, you're going to get this free blend that I made. And so if you can incentivize them to make their own accounts, that's obviously even better than putting it on other people's accounts.
Okay.
So I think that's good for rank, for knowing where you want to go. Like, Olivia, you really want to have your sights set on elite or executive elite, but you're really so close to executive. So I think you got this big set point. You can dream about elite, and very, very possibly hit it in November with BOGO for sure. Okay. And our class. I mean, we have a class on the 22nd. So
and also a great thing too is to talk about Christmas with the BOGO. Christmas is coming.
It's such a good idea.
To talk about I don't know, just do posts or Instagram posts about getting ready for Christmas.
Oils are the best for stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
So good.
Or the diffusers, buying gifts for people.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Okay.
I'll probably send out a newsletter to the team about that.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. That feels complete for me. Do you have questions? Are there specific things?
No, feels good.
No, I don't think so.
Not an oil to get over the 3,000, but
no. Okay. Right. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot this. Lindsay is amazing. She's in Cyprus.
Yeah.
You're gonna love her.
Who did you put her under?
I haven't placed her yet.
Oh, okay.
This is why I'm so glad we didn't forget. I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm definitely on Olivia, your team.
Yeah, I definitely agree on Olivia's team.
I just don't know where on Olivia's team.
Okay.
So it could be either Becca's front line, but
you think this girl's really wants to build, or what's?
I don't think she's a builder. I think she's like a wealthy stay-at-home mom, which is awesome, and she loves the oils, and she'll get into it, and I think she'll go back to work at some point, but I don't know. But I think
more of just a 125 a month,
or I don't know. She's gonna order here.
If that's the case, for me, I would say put her under Olivia so that Olivia gets her power of 3. Yeah,
totally.
Because do you get that? Has her?
I think I have. It's mostly
because Rosianne has been doing that. Okay, so you have been getting
Rosie, Alex, and Becca.
Yeah. Okay. So Rosianne, no, it's just because she put her LRP down again. I don't know why you guys always do that.
I'm gonna share my screen and look at her organization.
Because I think I already have my 3 builders.
I mean, it's the thing of like, do you want to focus on rank or power of 3? I personally think like
Right.
rank is better, meaning boost your place a bit lower. But let's see who's on your front line because I'm not sure yet.
Oh, I can zoom. Perfect.
You can see the
Yeah.
two.
Okay, so now I'm executive. Is that right?
I don't think. Have you hit executive before? I don't think so.
Look at
I
your
have before.
look at
Yeah.
your tree.
Isn't it crazy? We saw it last time.
That's awesome. Okay, so here's Erica. Oh my gosh, you're
Okay.
3. Yeah, I mean it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, see, I screwed up. I bought an oil, but I screwed up.
Oh, you're so funny.
So I have to
Okay, so she's elite already then.
Well, so she's hit a lead in the past. So once you hit a rank once,
yeah, I hit
you're
it one time only.
considered that.
Okay.
Last BOGO in July, I think, is when you hit it.
Yeah. I think
Oh, so you are executive. Yeah, so you're executive. You're at 1483. You're gonna. So here's Rebecca.
Yeah, Becca.
She's getting there. Then we have Kiara, who's at 818, which is cool for her, because we had all these
These are new
awesome
people.
enrollments. And the thing is that so Lindsay ordered a home essentials kit, so that's going to be another 2 plus a balance and a wreath stick. So that's going to be like another 250. That's why I was like, don't think you have to get the volume by spending money. You can just put it. So we could put her under Kiara because that like boosts the excitement for everyone. But if you're talking about wanting your power of 3,
well, no, because Roseanne move over too. No, one more. So
Yeah.
she see how her last LRP was 172, but she always brings it down. So that's why I reached out to her to tell her she's not receiving her income then.
yeah, let her know that.
Oh shit, she lowers it every time.
Like how you remember that one time I had
Yeah, I
so
did it a few times.
yeah, a few people do that. The girl on my front line too, Catherine, does that, but she doesn't have anyone under her.
Mm-hmm.
So
because like Olivia, your front line has quite a few people.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're not ordering. Susie, did she just enroll? Because it looks like, are you hitting it with, you have Melanie?
It's Becca. Is that second one Alex? Yeah. And then the other one's Rosie, but how come it's not 125?
like I said, it keeps lowering
Oh,
it.
because she's lowered it, yeah. Did you guys know this? If you click on your little bonum or anyone on your team, then their little thing pops up.
You can see it.
And then if you click here on power of 3, it shows you, so I've clicked on the 50, it shows you what you're needing. So to get your power of 3, the little O means that you have over 600. And then this one, Alex, LRP template, but it's set for the 9th. So it seems like he didn't set it, or he didn't place an order this month or something.
Maybe.
Click on him and see what's going on. So it says that that's set at 0. So yeah, so he hasn't ordered for the last couple of months.
Alex? Huh.
Yeah. Look, well, it says 0. So sometimes
it's weird because he orders every month.
Yeah, he does.
It's showing up that he orders every month. So something's weird there.
So yeah, you need to maybe call him and see, because sometimes this happens too, that it shows the number, but you have to click on here to actually see what's going through. So yeah, definitely have a conversation. We need to talk with Alex, that's for sure.
Okay. Weird, because I was sure he was ordering every month.
Yeah. Just check in with him. So anyways, this is like your power of 3 tree. So you can see this. So it's really up to you. Like I'm gonna, you're the CEO of your own business, where we place Lindsay. I personally find that building for rank is really smart. So if you can go lower under Kiara, that keeps like Becca super excited and Kiara super excited, which will keep her LRP up. But if you want her on your front line,
No, I think I have so many on my front line, no?
yeah, I would build down because also
Okay, so put her under Steph.
under
Go down.
but she's Steph, but she's
Yeah.
she's not a wellness advocate. She has to upgrade.
So how can I do that? Because I'm meeting with her and I think she's driven.
So she just needs to, in her back office, there will be a little button that say become wellness advocate, and then she puts in her social insurance number.
The only way I would know that is like to re-sign up. Can you show me where she has to go?
Yeah. So like literally it's like right here. Like, so her back office will look like this, except right here for her, there'll be a button that says become wellness advocate. And then she clicks on it.
Okay, so I'll just do that with her.
Yeah.
I'm meeting with her Monday night.
Also, did you touch base with Terry Cregan? Is she going to try to transfer to your team, Olivia?
She hasn't said anything, no.
You should reach out to her.
She wanted to?
Yeah, she wanted to transfer. She said the person that she's under, because I said, who are you under? And she said the person that she's under, it's like some random, and they don't sit there. There's no communication. Yeah, so she was wondering if it was easy to switch teams or whatever. So you should reach out to her.
Okay, and I think she'll have to not post. She'll have to not order anything for 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jen had spoken to her about a different way about doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, but generally, you know what? doTERRA's getting so strict that you really have to just not order for 6 months. But it's not the end of the world. Like Olivia did, Erica did it, you know.
Yeah, that's when I first started.
And actually, you could order for her and give her the points too, like equivalent to the points. So I'm sure she wouldn't mind. I don't know. It's just a great way to build your team if she's ordering every month too, Olivia. You know?
Yeah.
So you should reach out to her. Just ask her.
I'm writing her now.
Yeah.
And so the only time sensitive thing for placing Lindsay is that I fly out like at 3 a.m. Tuesday, and like then I won't be in contact. So it might.
So should we just place her?
I think we should just place her under Kiara, if that's cool. And then I'm going to video conference with her to do her membership overview. But if one of you or both of you or even Becca can join, I was going to do that Monday. She's 7 hours ahead. So I was thinking like 10 a.m. I don't know if you guys are.
Yeah, I'm going to try if I don't have a private.
So Monday the 22nd at 10?
Yeah.
Okay, Zoom, 10 a.m.
Then you can meet her, which will be so awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm going to book it with her. I'm going to place her under Kiara, and I'll ask Becca if she can join as well.
Okay.
And,
so then until then, will you place Lindsay, or am I supposed to do that?
I do, because I enrolled her.
Okay.
So I'll do that. I'll place her under Kiara. I really wanted Becca to be here because I wanted to see where Kiara was at since we're building her up, but I'm going to try to call her.
I'm not sure how driven she is.
Really? So then I'm going to...
Kiara.
Who?
Kiara?
She's the one that we met that one time for
gratitude
or whatever? Yeah. I thought she was super driven.
I don't know. I haven't heard. I know she can't make any of the events.
I'm just going to stop recording.
Okay.
I just realized